Welcome to this tax mock test. This question is called 2Bears. Before watching the rest of this video, please attempt this question yourself first and mark yourself strictly to the suggested solution so that you can see where you went wrong, and only then watch the rest of the video. Don't spoil it if you have not yet attempted it yourself.
So I'm going to jump right in and start with part A, 13 marks. Right, 2Bears Pty Limited is a resident company with a December year end, and 2Bears is a registered category C VAT vendor. Okay, so a couple of things important again. A resident company means all of the rules that apply to residents apply to the company, worldwide income and so forth. A December year end, I always like to just graph that out. A December year end is fortunately the easiest of the lot, because I think most of us think in terms of a calendar year. I do at least. And then they say 2Bears is a registered category C VAT vendor. And a category C VAT vendor means they do monthly VAT returns. This may or may not be important depending on what they're asking you in the question, but go and see section 27 of the VAT Act. On the 1st of July 2017, so that's a 2017 year, 2Bears entered into an agreement with One Tiger Limited, where 2Bears would lease a labelling machine from One Tiger for a period of 3 years. So already here, 2Bears is the lessee, and One Tiger we can see as the lessor. Right, and it's for a period of 3 years. I'm just jotting down the information here to make it a little bit easier for me. 2Bears would use the labelling machine in its dispatch department to print and attach labels to goods being shipped to customers. Okay, now what do you see when you read that sentence? What I would see, and what I would like you to see when you do it, if this doesn't really seem to mean anything for you, because it seems like one of those sentences which has just been added to give some fluff, but it actually does give us important information. Two things which pop out to me. The first thing is you need to see that they are using it in the production of their income. That's the obvious one, but that means that they should be able to claim some sort of allowance on it. The second thing that you should see is that they're using it in their dispatch department. They're not using it, I'm going to write here, it's not a manufacturing machine. Right, that's important, because the owner of this, One Tiger, is the owner. That person can claim allowances, but if it's not a manufacturing machine, it means it's not section 12C. It's probably going to be section 11E. Okay, then, in terms of the agreement, 2Bears would be required to make 6 payments of 93,170 rands on the 1st of January and July each year. Okay, because remember it's 3 years, so every 6 months, 3 times 2, 6. With the first payment being on the 1st of January 2018. Okay, so if I just go back to this timeline here, and let's just expand it, and I'm going to do the 1st of January 2017, 31st December 2017, okay, let's just go up to there for now. So this was entered into on the 1st of July 2017, and this is the first installment. Now I'm showing you there on the 31st of December. It's obviously happening on the 1st of January 2018. But I want you to see it is for these 6 months, from July until December. That's what I would just be looking out there for. Right, they say the cash cost of the labelling machine on the 1st of July 2017 was 373,750. Now, if they say the cash cost, unless they've told you elsewhere or something that contradicts this, but that shouldn't be the case, this should be an amount including VAT. Think about it, if you go to the store, the amount, and you take cash out of your pocket and you give it to the person you're buying from, you're paying the amount including VAT. Same thing happens here. So be careful when they talk about cash cost or cash deposits, because those are amounts including VAT. the machine's cash cost to One Tiger had been equal to this amount. Okay, so they're saying this is the cash cost of this machine and One Tiger had paid the same amount for it. One Tiger delivered the machine at 2Bears premises on the 1st of July 2017, and the machine was brought into use immediately. Now, when you see things about delivery and so forth, my question that I would have to ask is this an installment credit agreement? Right. Now, so far we've seen the period of time it's been used, but there's nothing else that's indicated for us really that it's an installment credit agreement. It's a lease, and it's being paid on a periodic basis, sure. So, and we know there's a stated terminal amount. So if you go and look at the definition of an installment credit agreement, you'll see we're meeting some of it, but we still haven't met a lot of things. Then over here they say, in terms of this agreement, 2Bears is responsible for the cost of insurance, maintenance, and repairs in respect of the machine. Now that is one of the criteria of an installment credit agreement. Okay, but we still can't completely see if it's an installment credit agreement. We might have to go into the act when we're answering the question. They say the labeling machine had a useful life of 5 years on the 1st of July 2017. That's important. That's on the 1st of July 2017 when this lease started. It had a useful life of 5 years. Then they say on the 1st of January 2020, 2Bears' insurance company indicated that the monthly insurance in respect of the machine was 1725 including VAT. Okay. Then on the 1st of July 2020, so just see, this is from 1 January 2020. So that's maybe just worth a while to see. That's the 2020 year. And this is also the 2020 year. But this is 2020. When did we start this? We started this on the 1st of July 2017. So the 1st of July 2020 this is when the lease ends. Now why should you be looking out for that? Because remember, when we're looking at things like lease recoupments, they come into play when the lease ends, potentially. One Tiger had recently been purchased by an international group. Sorry, so let's actually start here. On the 1st of July, 2Bears made the final payment in terms of the lease. 2Bears contacted One Tiger as it wished to extend the lease. One Tiger had recently been purchased by an international group which wished to take One Tiger in a different business direction. One Tiger was considering cancelling its rental business. The new management of One Tiger informed 2Bears that it would consider extending the lease, but that 2Bears was welcome to continue using the machine in the interim free of charge. That's quite interesting. And they say by the 31st of December 2020, One Tiger has still not reached a decision. Now, that also seems a little bit strange first. It might seem strange at least, but what is this referring to? What are they trying to guide you towards here? Right, let me give you just a reference and a reminder here. Section 8.5(b) talks about the abandonment. Abandonment of lease asset to the lessee. And basically what that section tells us is it tells you that if after the end of the lease the asset is abandoned, there will be a recoupment, or they say if 3 months have passed and the lessor has not taken steps to take back asset, it is considered abandoned for this section, right? For purpose of this section, for the lease recoupment section. Okay, now, just a couple of things that I would then say that would pop out to me here quickly when we look at this is the cash cost. So I'm going to say here, so does cost X VAT, 373,750 times 100 over 115. Right, gives us 325. So the VAT amount is 48,750. Okay, so 2Bears this is what you do for a lease, guys, can deduct the lease payments. The lease payment, including VAT, is 93,170. The VAT here, that will depend on whether this is an installment credit agreement. So I'm just giving you guys just a quick little recap there. This is what you would have to consider. Right. If it is an installment credit agreement, then the VAT you will calculate up front and you will calculate it on the cost like what I did there. So you'd say 373,750 times 15 over 115, and that gives us 48,750. So thus the VAT per installment is 48,750 divided by how many payments do we have? 6. So 8,125. That is if it's an installment credit agreement. If not installment credit agreement, then the VAT is calculated on the actual amount of the installment. The installment is how much? 93,170. And that's 12,153. So make sure that you see this. This is a little bit tricky if you're not aware of the rule around an installment credit agreement. Shouldn't count too many marks, although you'll lose, if it's a calculation, although you'll lose from the discussion. But if it is an installment credit agreement, you calculate the VAT on the cash cost of the asset. If it is not an installment credit agreement, then it's a rental agreement in the VAT Act. And then you calculate it on the actual rental paid. So here, when it is an installment credit agreement, the total amount is 48,750, and we divide it by 6 because there's 6 payments to get it per installment. Here we just do it already per installment. That's why we get it out. But you can see this is a big difference. Now, in this question, guys, you can see that don't tell us it's an installment credit agreement here, although there's a lot of things that point out that it is. If you go into the required, we know from the required as well that it is an installment credit agreement. So this is going to be the amount that we are going to deduct. But I just wanted to show this to you. So the lease payment including VAT is 93,170. The VAT is 8,125. So this is 85045. And this is deductible. Right, for 2Bears. So each installment that will be. So I just wanted to point that out to you. But there we go. So we'll continue now just with reading the rest of the question.